Hello, Vanakkam, Madana, Namaste. This is Ashwin Subramaniam and welcome to the Ashwin's Discourse by MyG podcast. Today, I'm going to play a devil's advocate role where I will be interviewing Prof. VKJ to understand what all happens during interview. I'm going to take the candidate's perspective so that you get your queries clarified here.
Okay.
Can we start, sir?
Yeah, okay.
So the first question is, do companies judge English fluency very heavily, and how can candidates use these and perform better to overcome this communication barrier?
It is a relative question.
Yeah.
So, companies want candidates with the business language vis-a-vis the English fluency. Yes, top companies want it. But if the job is going to be at the back end, okay, the selected staff is not going to deal with the public.
Oh.
Okay, then that much of fluency or other things is not seen. But they do have certain levels. So how do we judge the language proficiency? We judge it based on read, write and speak.
Yeah.
Okay. And also, when it comes to the knowledge processing or the BPOs, they also give training. Accent training is also given.
Yes, sir.
So how much do they want? They want more than saying, are you very fluent in English? What we look, because I take that this question is aimed at the freshers.
Freshers,
right?
definitely. Yeah.
So what we look is the willingness to learn. Okay. So a fair level of English fluency up to the high school level.
Yeah.
Whatever you can have up to the school, the high school level is good enough. One need not be an English pandit.
So this high school level is for back end roles, not the front end roles.
Even in the front end, it's good enough. So if they are from a convent, or even if they are from the state or a district or a village, a fair level of understanding, if they can read English, okay, that is good enough. So we see the question of fluency will come when you are going to select someone for salesmanship. The question of fluency will come when someone has to, be a newsreader. There everything we look at it. But when you want to select someone who is at the back end, okay, you're not going to look at that. When someone has to interact with the client, put the head and talk to the client, then yes, definitely we look at it's there. The fluency alone will not help. You need to understand the different accent, what they speak.
Yes, sir.
So they normally go in for a global accent. And you must know that, see, the accent in English varies. The British English versus the American English.
Yeah.
Okay. The American English would say tap, T-A-P, tap, as tap. Okay.
Yeah.
That elongation happens. Whereas tap.
And
Okay.
British English.
So, and if I say that the Americans find that the Indians speak English very fast, like the British, it's obviously because of the colonial rule. Okay, so that's difficult for many people to digest. Americans feeling that Indians speak English so fast, but that's what a mainstream American will say. But they can understand. So you don't have to worry about that. I'll tell the freshers, don't worry about that. Have a fair exposure to English because English is not your native language.
Yeah.
So you should have a fair level up to the high school.
Actually, I also read an article where when it comes to corporate communication and business communication, mostly it depends on the clarity of thought and the clarity of the subject which you are going to talk about. So if I can communicate what I am really willing to say properly in a very simple basic English, it's more than enough in every place.
You may make errors, a few errors, grammatical errors.
Yeah.
You may make a few spelling errors, but that's okay because what we look in at a fresher is the willingness and the attitude. Okay, towards the work. Yes, we do need a fair amount of English language exposure. That is needed. So how much is needed if you want me to quantify? I would say we will look at something like a 55 marks. A 55 to 65.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Language. But nowadays, you have the school kids, who come with a centum in English. They come with a 75, 85, 95, and even centum in English is
are coming out of the
it's coming out. So they are also coming out. So
yes, sir.
we don't look at that level. A pretty decent, 55 plus is a good score. And when you talk, the candidate is able to express themselves. understand. Suppose they're sitting in a meeting and the meeting is in English. You should know what they're discussing. But the attitude, what is the attitude? You can't follow something, put your hand up and ask. Okay? Don't attempt to answer a question which you have not understood properly.
It might go wrong.
Okay, it might. That is the
Basic core.
The basic attitude where you're afraid, where you're pretending. So if we find that the candidate is pretending about something which they are not, obviously, never mind what is their English proficiency. Okay,
Yes,
they might have an English proficiency of 95% also, but if there's a pretension or there's a misrepresentation, candidate is rejected. So your integrity and your sincerity and willingness to learn is more important than your English proficiency.
Understood, sir.
That's it.
So here I'm going to extend a question a bit further. As you said, many students are getting now above 90 when it comes to their English language. Probably because of their good memory power and also because they're when it comes to 11th and 12th, it's way beyond grammar and it comes to the story part. So people usually follow stories really well and they are able to score very well. But what in case of the students are from tier 2, tier 3 cities where there is very little exposure to English, and even if there is any exposure, the friends and the inner circle of the student usually tease them saying, in Tamil we used to say, "Enna scene podriya." So how to avoid that, and how can they overcome this skepticism and use it to develop themselves?
So this needs to be addressed at a larger, larger duration, longer duration, and see, it is a question of one's attitude and perception. But students who come from tier 3 and tier 2 and those who don't have that exposure, it should take them anywhere between 45 to 90 days, if not up to 6 months to pick up the language skills, necessary language skills. In fact, any language. If you go in India, if you go to most of the railway stations, you will have a bookstore.
Yeah.
It will be saying, learn Malayalam in 30 days.
Mostly in Botham Sas.
Okay, in bookstore, railway station bookstores.
Yeah.
Learn Kannada in 30 days. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So if a native language can be learnt in 30 days, you have a language called English which has only how many alphabets? Very limited number of alphabets.
26
right?
alphabets.
Yeah. So it shouldn't be a problem. And again, I would say online. See, everyone today, every village has got access to every place you have access to the net. So go online. You have a lot of resources online where you can pick up and learn English very easily. And one such area is the BBC. BBC, the channel.
Yeah.
You put the link in the description also.
Yes, sir.
They have a separate course for the right pronunciation and English learning.
Okay, actually, I'm hearing about this for the first
Yes,
time.
they have that. And it is linked up with the British Council General. So the Consulate General, of Great Britain, plus they have a separate. So anyone who wants to learn, and get more proficient in English, they can make use of those resources. It's free.
Is this a certificate program?
No. It is absolutely free.
Yeah.
Okay. There's a certificate. That is a test of English as a foreign language, and all those things are there. That is a different thing. But here it is available. This resource is available just to improve your language. In fact, I have referred to that also.
Yes, sir.
Sometimes we also get doubt. And speaking, my language, I owe my language skill to my father and to Enid Blyton. The novels or the books that and then sometimes, my wife is an English teacher, so she points out to errors which I do. I say in Queen's English, it's all permissible. I'm not worried about that. So I do know I have sometimes certain words I give a different pronunciation. Okay. And it does happen, but the flow is there. So
Yes,
this
sir.
happens because I have migrated from a different environment. And now, going into the rural areas and, interacting, sometimes you interact with someone. I have to interact with someone in broken English, so that they feel comfortable.
Yes, sir.
So in the process, I may lose my language proficiency also. But then it is okay. So to answer it, tier 2, tier 3, and those kids who come from there need not worry. You can pick it up. There are enough resources if you have access to the net. And coming to the attitude part, when people in a scene portria, that means like what you mentioned, are you trying to show off your language skill?
Yeah.
Okay. Someone, that is always there. So, and then there's a tendency among the friends circle, why are you talking English? Are you born to an Englishman?
True.
Okay. talking this. All that, these things are there, these prods are there. But I want to tell it out that today, English is the world's #1 business language.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's mandatory to learn.
It's you better learn it. I mean, AI, how well you can interact with AI. By the time AI can get a proficiency in other languages, it's going to take a long time.
Yeah.
So English has become a necessity today.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And even, it's one's own English and English. You don't have to worry.
Yes, sir.
So I would say go ahead, and then I will come out. I think the request was made. So we will come out with communication, attitude, and perception.
Yeah.
Where in a short time, how you can break that negative attitude, how you can increase your perception, and gain a grip of English language.
Yes, sir.
Let's do it.
I think we can do it in a cool manner, so that people really enjoy the course. It definitely will be able to connect with the large number of audiences.
And free.
Free. Yeah. Yes, sir.
We'll do it.
Completely.
Break that which is blocking them from learning the language. So that we need to break it.
Sure.
Yeah.
I am putting one last question here. For the cinephiles in our audience, which kind of movie or series do you think really impact our communication skills or language proficiency very easily? Like, if you ask me directly, I would say one of the best series where I was able to communicate more frequently was How I Met Your Mother. So, is in your scenario, what would you suggest so that cinephiles too can enjoy learning English?
I would say watch The Big Bang Theory.
It definitely.
Okay. Watch Young Sheldon. Okay, you can watch all those things. It is very nice, lively, and all that. You don't have to worry. It's like nowadays many kids. We know many things. We discuss many things. So that's not the 5% of what you might call as the X side of it. It's not a very big thing. So I would strongly recommend watch The Big Bang Theory.
Yes, sir.
And even take some comic books. Like Amar Chitra Katha or Marvel comics, DC comics. Story books. Those who are reading Harry Potter should not have a problem.
Yeah.
And those who have access to library where you have Enid Blyton books, go for that.
Yes,
okay. So the more you read and the more you talk, you pick up a language skill. So in Tamil Nadu, I'll say we don't need Hindi. It is enough if we have English. English and Tamil, more than enough. So at least, you have your native language and you need to know this business language. Because in the history of this world, there was one king who had the very huge empire, big empire, that was Genghis Khan.
Yeah.
But more than Genghis Khan, where they say the sun never sets in the British Empire, you had the British who colonized, throughout the world.
Yeah.
So that head start they have had. So we have to give credit for the language. That's about it.
True, sir.
So you could be in Scotland, you could be from Russia, you could be from Germany or Saudi Arabia, anywhere. What is there? You can pick it up. And people were having the hesitation. And I have already told umpty number of times where the Queen has said, don't worry, you just start talking. See, for example, I'll give one thing now. How many people who are very well versed in English may know this? So when you can't understand something, we say pardon. We say beg your pardon.
Yeah.
Or you can say excuse me.
Yes.
But I want to tell you that you can also use how much. How many of you know that? When you say how much, it is equivalent to saying beg your pardon. Okay, that's Queen's English.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so absolutely go out. Enjoy. It's like if you love to play tennis, you should play tennis, watch French Open as well as US Open, but enjoy watching Wimbledon too. And if you want to play tennis in your backyard, go ahead. No one is stopping.
Yes.
In India, we play cricket on the streets. So if you can play, where is cricket from? Cricket is from England.
England, yeah.
Right? So we are ready to play on the streets, cricket, and we improvise that cricket.
It's about adapting ourselves to the...
So if you can adapt to cricket, and we have millions of people, more than 1 billion population in India watches cricket. Arey yaar, what is your problem with English here? Come on. Just start talking, no?
Yes, sir.
Just start talking.
Probably this is totally unplanned. This might shock you a bit, but just for encouragement, if you are also interested in content creation, can do one thing. Start your English learning journey and post your video, tag MBAyogaGuru in our Instagram channel.
Okay.
We will be seeing and commenting on it.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye.